All right, good morning. I'm Aaron Heiser of Maker's Leather Supply, and today I'm wearing my Tandy shirt. We're going to be doing another video for Tandy for one of their exclusive templates that we made just for them. If you like this project and you want the template, you'll have to go to either one of their stores or their website to get the template. This video is going to be the toiletry kit. Just a little leather box bag. Real simple and quick to make. Believe it or not, especially if you have a sewing machine. A little bit longer if you're hand stitching this sucker. On the inside, it's just plain, which leaves it open to any amount of customization you ever wanted to do. I actually plan on making one of these and putting wooden, inlaying a big piece of wood in between two layers of leather into the top and the bottom, and then making this like a little small toolbox for some stamps and stuff like that. So anyway, this template is available through them, and they were delivered just a couple of days ago. So today's November 29th, and I'd be willing to bet they're already in a couple of stores, but they'll be in a lot more stores come, say, Monday or Tuesday. So I'm going to pause this, reposition the camera, and we'll get working on this sucker. Alright, so here is the template set. You've got this piece right here as your top and bottom pieces. So one up here and one down there, you're going to cut out two. And then these two big old puzzle pieces actually are just one piece, and that is the sides. We make them like this so that they're a lot easier to ship and they don't get broken as easily. And then also storage. It's a lot harder to store something this big when something this size fits in a file folder. So I did rough cut out the pieces out of some leather here, just so I didn't have to deal with a giant side of leather on my bench. But we're going to go ahead and we'll just, I'm going to use on this piece, since the corners are square, I'm going to use a rotary knife, one of these bad boys right here. But on the other piece, since the corners are rounded, I could rough cut it with a rotary knife and then go back with my scalpel, but I'll just cut the entire thing with a scalpel. This is 4 to 5 ounce leather. This particular leather is just embossed cowhide. Sorry about my elbow there. But it's embossed to look like bison. It's not actual bison leather. But it is just the perfect temper for making bags and things like that. So, as always, when I'm cutting these things out, maintaining very positive control of the template, making sure it doesn't move around on me, and that will definitely help your finished project out, to make sure that it's the right size and everything. I do have two holes right here. I'm going to mark them with a scratch awl, and then I'll cut them out with a big hole punch, but I need to get my cutting board out. I'm over here on my gluing table today. So anyway, I'm just going to mark them with a scratch awl right quick, and then like I said, I'll grab my cutting board here in a little bit, and we'll knock those holes out, and then we'll cut out all the leather in between those two. That's why you see these dashed lines on here, is because you're going to cut that out. But if I did that on the template, it would make the template pretty weak. And again, you have to think about what the post office is going to work hard to do to this thing in the shipping. So we'll set that piece aside for a minute. We'll grab these other two little pieces that I pre-cut out here. Put our template on it. Got me a scalpel with a fresh blade. And we're just going to cut around it. I'm going to cut this one out in front of you here, and then I'm going to pause the camera, and I'll cut out the other one. It's exactly the same, and that way you don't have to watch, and this video hopefully won't get too long. I know I say that every time, and all my videos average like an hour and a half, but it is what it is. So anyway, alright, so there's one of them cut out right there. I will cut out the other one, and when I come back, I'll also have my cutting board here, and we'll finish working on that other big piece. Alright, so here it is. I've got my top and my bottom pieces cut out. I've got my main body of my bag here. I did bring out my cutting board so that I could use my hole punch on it. Other than that, the only two things we're going to need for this are about a 20-inch zipper, and then we're going to need something to use as a handle. This one has a tooled handle on it right here. I just used a belt pattern and shrunk it down to fit that 1-inch wide handle. And yeah, that's it. Like I said, this is a pretty simple project. We are going to do some skiving and stuff like that, but I'll show you how I cut out the hole for the zipper here. I've got my areas where I marked this with my scratch awl. I know you can't see them, but luckily I can. I'll go ahead and use my hole punch. This table's a little bit more bouncy than my normal one. There we go. Now that's the only thing I need my cutting board for this whole project. I can do the rest of it here on this mat. Now what I'm going to do is take my ruler and I'm going to cut out the space in between these holes, and that'll be for my zipper. So take my ruler, take my my rolling knife here, rotary cutter I believe is the technical term, but I'm not very good at technical terms. Alright, there's the bottom, and here comes the top. As always, when you're cutting in between two holes, be very, very careful not to overcut, and because then you'll have this nice little gash just past your hole that won't look very good and professional. There we go. So there it is. We are now ready to install the zipper, so I'm going to get my double-sided tape over here and everything I need, and we'll be right back.